around, for the TV.
All right, we are back, and guess who we have in the studio? We have the writers and directors of the Gallows. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
We have Travis Cluff and Chris Cuffing?
Loafing.
Loafing, sorry.
Like a loaf of bread.
Loafing, there you go. So, well, I have a lot of questions, and we're going to have some fun. This is awesome, you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For this is like, this is big. This is huge.
Yeah,
I mean, this is freaking. I'm gonna say the F word, but no, freaking huge.
Thank you.
You guys know that, right?
Yeah, we're learning that more and more each day as more commercials come out and more trailers and just more social media bits and just, I mean, look, we know it's big and it is very overwhelming.
To see your trailer on NBC, on ABC, on the Sci-Fi, dude, that's got to be awesome.
It's crazy,
right?
Yeah,
I mean, you're probably getting texts at 2:00 in the morning. I just saw your trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We
do.
It's happening, right?
But I love every one of them that
Right.
comes in. I love them because we don't see all of them.
No.
There's only 2 of us, and we aren't on TV as much as we probably people think we would be. But
Right.
we hear about it. We only seen, I think, on TV our commercial or trailer one time.
Right.
We were watching something on Comedy Central at
Not
midnight.
because it's not on TV a bunch, but because we just don't watch TV.
Yeah, we haven't been on
That
TV so
vibe.
much,
Yeah.
but it's so cool. We really love it when people send us texts like, just saw it on ESPN, just saw it during the finals game, and it's crazy.
You know, my wife, when you guys walked in, she watched Kathy Lee and Hoda.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
You know, Kathy Lee is talking you guys up. It's talking Fresno up. I mean, somebody was in the audience and they went. I asked her a question, and she says, "Oh, by the way, I'm from Fresno." And Kathy Lee goes, "Oh, that's where they shot the Gallows."
That's right. That's right.
And for all those who don't know, Cassidy
Cassidy Gifford, yeah.
Gifford is.
She's one of
son.
our main actresses.
The lead actress, I want to say,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And she happens to be Kathleen and Frank's daughter.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
Right?
correct.
How in the hell did you do that?
That's a good question.
Was it money or connections or
No.
It was we had shot a big chunk of our movie in thank you, in there we go. Whoa.
This one has a tendency to like fall.
Slowly sink.
Yeah.
So we shot a big chunk of our movie in 2012, and when other producers and things and people had come on board to help us reshoot some things and add some cool scenes and things we couldn't do the first time around.
Right.
Jason Blum coming on board. We got the actors to come back to Fresno or we met with them in LA, I should say, and one of the actresses, she had changed her appearance drastically.
Yeah,
from the first go around to the second.
We had nothing that we could do with it.
Nothing we could do, because we were shooting in like 3 weeks, and she looked nothing like the girl we
Yeah,
cast.
she lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
A lot of weight. I mean, good for her for losing
Right.
weight, but we thought she looked great to
first
begin
time.
with. Yeah, the first time, and she really slimmed down. She's doing a lot of modeling now. But
so you guys started the picture with her?
we started. We
Yeah.
actually had a completed film with a different actress, and
No.
and we were gonna just like you said, when we had gotten our trailer out, and we met with some people in Hollywood. And they said, look, we love the movie. We think that it could be enhanced a little bit to give it an even better shot at getting into theaters. And we said, great, we'll take that shot. So we were preparing to reshoot new scenes or add things that we didn't have before when it was just Chris and I.
All right.
And our 2 helpers, Richie and Tyler. And
'Cause she came back in, and we noticed her right away. Like, this is not good.
Yeah,
We are in a jam right now.
we were about to film
This is
the
bad.
second round in like 3 weeks. And
Yeah.
we met with everyone expecting them to look the same. And she
Right.
came and we thought, oh
Who's
my
that?
gosh, who is that? Literally, some of the other producers said, who's this? Why is she here? They didn't recognize her from the movie.
No.
Oh man, yeah.
So it was
So
out
there
of
goes some
necessity.
more money.
Yeah, it was out of necessity, and it ultimately cost a lot of time, and we ended up reshooting all the scenes that she was in that we weren't planning on. So it was a lot of extra work for us to
Now-
kind
now
of
when-
figure
when
that
you
out.
reshot the scenes. Did you guys make changes and stuff to make it better? Like,
Yeah, we enhanced and we elevated things as much as we could. But that situation with her caused us to have to really
remake a
cast
movie?
someone else in her
Right.
stead and essentially reshoot more of the movie than we had anticipated. That very day after that meeting, we were thinking, what can we do? Like, what do we do? We were so worried that the whole thing was in jeopardy, because this was our movie, and she was a main part of it. And you know, someone at the management company, Management 360, who was our manager now, Dean Schneider, said, hey, he called one of his colleagues over and said, you represent some of the young talent in the industry. Who kind of fits this description? And he said, I got a client named Cassidy. Look her up. And he looked her up, said Cassidy Gifford. They typed it in. I didn't hear the last name, but I saw these pictures of this girl with Kathy Lee Gifford. I was like, who is this? You know, what, is she friends with Kathy Lee? And the guy says, no, that's her daughter. And I thought, oh my gosh, no way. No way. No way could she be the girl for our movie. No way could it just work out,
Right,
you know?
right.
Because we saw 200 people to get our 4 main characters for the first go around.
Wow.
And like, it was really like those, we knew it was them, and it was right out of 200 people though.
But we met Cassidy and Kathy Lee at the same time. They just came into the office
that very night. Yeah.
We sat down with them for like 5 minutes, you know, got to know Cassidy a little bit, but again, off the bat, we were like, there's no way this first person we see, Cassidy Gifford, is going to be our one to replace this girl.
Right.
And so we went through the process of casting or auditioning, you know, like 30 other girls, and eventually we came all the way back to Cassidy, actually did an audition with her, and she was phenomenal.
She earned it. She was great.
She earned it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she does great in the movie, you guys.
She does.
She really does.
Yeah, we saw the trailer like many times. I've been seeing the trailer over and over and on TV.
Yes.
So that's awesome. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? God, so many questions. Let's first off, the movie is obviously suspenseful. It's everything you want to go see in a movie and get the crap scared out of you.
Yes, that is correct.
That's basically
Affirmative.
it. That's exactly what you
See,
want.
now-
If you want to get the crap, scared out of you, got to go see this movie. All
That's
right.
right.
How did you guys how did that process? Like, how did you land on that?
Now,
Like,
I mean,
did you look at a million stories, or is there
Well-
just this one, and you're like, man, this is the one we're gonna do?
well,
this,
like for example, as growing up. Now, I don't know how young you guys look like. You guys are young, and that's awesome.
We'll take it. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, were you guys walking around with handy cams when you guys were fucking 10 years old and shooting your family and, doing pranks like you see on YouTube, and all of a sudden it turns into this? I
think
see you
this-
laughing.
this
I
guy
see you
did.
laughing.
This guy
I done
did
some of that. Yeah.
Right?
quite a bit. I did a little bit, not as extensive as he did, but
I got a camera when I was, I think, 13 was my first camera, and it was just a little camcorder with the tapes, little mini tapes.
Right,
you put in
right,
there.
right.
And I did that kind of stuff. I made little scary movies with my friends. I did like Whose Line Is It Anyway types, improv sketches and stuff, and that's how I just kind of got started really getting an interest in making films.
Sure.
And scary movies was a huge impact for me, big inspiration for me. John Carpenter's Halloween, Wes Craven, some of these older slasher movies I really drew a lot of inspiration from, and really loved AMC Fear Fest every year and that kind of thing. And when it came time when Travis and I had formed our company and our partnership.
Swing it.
Yeah, swing it.
Yeah.
There you go. That makes it nice and eerie. Just need a body in that.
Yeah.
When we started talking about what our first movie would be, I told Travis this story that I'd grown up with, this story of a kid who died in a play in our high school. And it was a story my dad had told
in front of the high school
You know
audience.
where I heard this though? I heard the same story, but in Roosevelt High School. That
Yeah.
somebody committed suicide.
Yeah,
there.
I heard when we were scouting locations, we talked to the people at Roosevelt, and they had mentioned to us that there was a ghost that was there.
At the theater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Roosevelt and Fresno High, they both say that they've got some crazy
Yeah.
stuff going on there.
A woman at Fresno High School. It was a woman that they had seen or heard, and just crazy accounts.
But now, since they mentioned that in Roosevelt, because I don't think you guys filmed at Roosevelt, right?
we did not.
Is it because of the story they didn't want you to go in and enhance the story?
No, I think in terms of why we didn't film at Roosevelt, is that the question?
Yeah.
So we had like a deal worked up, like 4 months in the works of securing Fresno High School's Royce Hall. We were certain we were talking to the right people. We had asked, is there anyone above you that needs to know or be aware of what's going on, that's a decision maker that we need to talk to? And oh no, I'm the last person. I'm the one in charge. So 2 weeks before production, someone even higher up above that person While another department was filling out the insurance paperwork and the risk management for the Fresno Unified was doing their thing, getting ready to give us the A-OK and go ahead.
Right.
Some higher up called us and said, "Oh, you guys, we're not going to allow you to film it." And we were like, "Who are you? Like, we've never heard your name before. Why are you calling us, telling us this when everyone has said we're good to go?" So that was kind of a bummer. That of all the things that went place, most of them have been incredibly positive. That was one of the biggest bummers. But I will tell you that ultimately it ended up being a blessing because we were able to film in a different location that was equally and even more so scary, and it allowed us more time and more freedom where we didn't have to work around the students and whatnot. So ultimately we're thankful that happened, even though we wish it could have been handled better.
Right. Now, you guys filmed at the Warner's
Theater in Fresno.
Bitchin' place.
Oh,
very
yeah.
classy, very historical location. And then the Veterans
Memorial Auditorium.
And again, I've heard exactly the same thing there.
Yes.
I mean, since you guys filmed on both locations, did anything crazy happen?
Oh, yes.
No
Yes.
way. Shut up.
Oh, yeah.
We've got
Are you
plenty
serious?
of them. Plenty
Yeah.
of them.
No freaking way.
Yeah.
At both places.
Spill it. Okay.
Okay.
Veterans.
We'll build up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll build up
they
to
get
it.
more intense as we go.
Okay.
I mean, to
They,
kind of
they get
They
like
get.
not just one time,
Yeah.
right?
No,
multiple occurrences.
instances.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
and so we to kind of set this up a little bit, just as the process of filming this movie,
Yes.
we had our actors. Oftentimes, they were by themselves with the camera in these places in the middle of the night. That's how we filmed this movie. We were shooting at 3 a.m.
Sure.
They were by themselves, and we were off, watching on a remote monitor.
Or trying to.
Or
But the
trying
signal
to.
was very bad and
Yeah.
very tricky in some of these places. So it was a
Absolutely.
lot of static and a lot of interference.
Really?
But they
Yes.
were on their own most of the time.
Okay.
So we would send them off.
They're on
with
their
the
own.
camera.
You're on your
You
own,
guys are
man.
on your own.
We're over here. You guys are on your
You're
own.
on your own, and they would wander, at the Veterans Memorial, for example.
They're shaking in their shoes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it created a very authentic,
Exactly.
real
I was going to
feeling.
say.
Yes.
And they would wander onto the stage, and it's pitch black. They only have their one light source from the camera,
Oh,
and then you
wow.
would start hearing like chains rattling in the catwalk.
In the catwalk, yes.
They would look. They would stop and look.
Yeah.
And we're like, over the walkie-talkie, guys. You got to keep going. We got a scene to film here. And they're like, okay. And then they keep going. And then,
Yeah.
ka-kung, a big like hammer like sounding sound in the rafters directly above them. So sounds happening just, in the theater space. Sorry, in the theater, and we're just off watching on our monitor, trying to make sense of all of this. And that would happen again and again and again,
Throughout,
especially
yeah.
on the stage. The stage was kind of wouldn't you say that was kind of
Yeah,
the,
it was kind
the
of a
place
hub
where-
for it. There was one where, and there's one scene in the movie actually that we kept. There's a couple of scenes in the movie that we kept that had some really interesting things. One of them was, you know how stages have a fly rig where there's ropes where you pull the scene, the scene up and down, or the backdrops up and down.
Right.
There was a scene where two of our main guy characters were kind of in an argument with each other, and the camera kind of behind over the shoulder of the one guy, you started to see the ropes actually twitch. And we had not seen this. We were waiting for them to come back. We had lost signal. They came back, and we're like, okay, we need to see the take because the viewer wasn't working.
Right.
So we're like, okay, we got to watch it back. We're watching it back, and as we were watching it back, we noticed this in the argument, and we were like, are you freaking kidding me?
Are you-
Yeah. And so we said, guys, look, ultimately we ended up using that take.
Oh,
so.
you better have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, it was-
And you know what? With the actors and actresses actually by themselves and listening to this stuff, it actually increases their terror a little bit, and it gives them that more of.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah, they're
saying?
not
Yes.
acting
They're
anymore.
not acting.
Yeah. There was some
Absolutely.
legitimate worry in there, and continuing along those lines. There was one that was the ultimate. I was downstairs for it, helping bring in some food because we did everything on our own. My wife was catering,
Dude.
and I
Yeah.
was helping her out, bringing in the food, and it was late night. But Chris was up in the attic,
We were in
and
the-
he was.
We were in the attic at the Veterans Memorial, which is like 100 years old, right?
Right.
It's
old.
you've got this little plank walkway, and on either side there's like a 100-foot drop. So I mean, it's like it's sketchy up there and very old and dusty. And I'm at the kind of the back where the ladder is up to this place, and the scene is two of our actors, one actor and one actress. They're supposed to be kind of going into this void, this attic, just deeper and deeper and deeper. And with each and every take, they would have the camera, they'd walk deep into it, and they would reach kind of the final room, and felt very uneasy every time. They would come back to me and say, Chris, can we stop? Are we done? Have we done enough takes? Can we stop? They were feeling very uncomfortable. Reese, one of the actors in the film, said he saw something floating in the distance, and he was like, he couldn't explain it, but he swear he saw something floating in the distance. And they would come back and tell me these things, and I'm just like, guys, no, we're not done yet. Can we just do one more? We haven't got the performance yet.
We tried to look back on that one too, but couldn't tell on that.
And
it was like
so
a sack
they
or
were
something.
very on edge, and I said, guys, let's just do one more. And
Gotta love it. One more.
Yeah,
one more.
Yeah.
I call action. They start going, and they get deeper and deeper. And Pfeiffer, the actress in the scene, is freaking out. She's like having this panic attack, which is great for on camera. It looks really good.
Yeah.
But Reese takes the lead. They get to this final room where they've been experiencing this stuff, and it's very quiet. He takes her hand. He kind of goes in front, and he's looking around this just big open attic space. And all of a sudden, I'm back watching the monitor. I didn't hear anything, but they start screaming, and they start running all the way back to me, just clawing their way back. They get back to me. They're bruised all over their arms, scratches. The camera was thankfully okay, but they were scraped up. They were huffing and puffing. They're like, Chris, we're not doing any more. We're done.
They were done.
And I'm like, what happened? What the heck is going on? They're like, just check the take, check the playback. And we took the camera downstairs, and again, it was just the three of us up there.
Right.
We got down, got the whole crew together, and we're like, I don't know what happened. They said they heard something. So we play the take back and turn the volume way up, right? So we got this like shh kind of sound going on because the volume's very low. And in the kind of sound of the take, we hear this Reese.
What?
Reese's name, the character's name. You hear this whisper in the
Shut
footage.
the hell
Just
up.
like that. No joke.
And it's there. It's
We
very
have that
clear
clip.
in the footage.
It's not in the movie, but we have that clip, and we all listened back to it, and we turned it way up, and we could hear it.
And Reese's eyes are all like bug eyed. He's like, I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
not going
he's
back
like-
there ever. He's scarred for life from that moment. He's scarred. And the screams that they let out
Oh
were
my
so
gosh.
powerful, and the camera recorded them. We used them in the movie because they're so authentic
Sure.
and so
Yeah.
so genuine.
Oh, yeah.
That is awesome.
Damn, what a blessing,
real
really,
terror.
like for a
Right.
terror movie or a horror
Yeah.
movie.
It
Okay.
was
Can't
awesome.
get any better than have real horror.
When
right.
we get the show on TV, we're going to bring you guys back on again, and you guys are going to isolate those.
We got it.
Those
and
channels,
we're gonna,
okay.
And we're going to bring you on, and we're going to show everybody.
Okay.
that
We
gotta
on
find
frickin'
that
the
stuff.
world.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We gotta find the footage, but yeah.
Okay, that's going to be awesome. All right.
That will be awesome.
Yeah,
that,
it's
I
cool.
mean, it's
That's the stuff that we go looking for.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the time. I mean, that is what we look for.
I know, and I
you know.
think part of kind of why we got it is because we weren't necessarily looking for it.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's
Absolutely.
like, so we were like, this is crazy. Oh, there's one other time too. Like, they our actors, we sent them off on their own, and there was 4 of them, and they were doing this take, and they were going across the stage, and then we heard this like explosion, like, and then this hissing,
Like a crackle. Like, yeah.
so we didn't know what it was, and like one of our other main guys, Ryan, was like, bro,
He's like,
guys,
should we
like, because
cut?
it was
Should we
near
cut?
him. Should we cut? Should we cut? We didn't answer, and so they just kept going throughout the whole take. And then when they were kind of done, they were all on edge. When we kind of gathered together, he's like, dude, I don't know what happened, but I heard this like explosion. So the light on the camera had batteries in it, and a battery had exploded. And it was like fizzling. The light didn't go out. It lasted for the whole take, but it just like was fizzling and doing like this crackling, fizzling sound. And like, it was freaking them out. And look, I mean, they could have been cheap batteries or who knows what. You know what I mean? It was.
Hey, we find like places we go, even with Bigfoot, battery things go dead.
Yeah.
I mean, you get out there and everything's all fresh, and then all of a sudden, gone.
Like
Everything
signals
goes
or,
down.
or
Yeah.
transmissions and
no,
stuff.
No signal.
Yeah.
Batteries lose their charge completely. It'll be full charged. You turn
Yeah.
it on, and you're going like that, and all of a sudden, it shuts off.
Did you guys have much of electronics going down at all, like cameras and just like? what the hell's
there
wrong
was
with this?
there was a lot of mostly signal stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it made it a little bit more tricky for us, but it was mostly signal stuff, where we would get interference with radios, with with the remote viewing system.
And
all
again,
that.
like with the actors are all on their own, it's like their only lifeline or connection to us
Is
was that signal,
Was that
monitor,
signal,
you know,
yeah.
and
Right.
we would lose it time and time again, and they'd be totally on their own. So
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so
that is so cool.
now
man. I
you
bet they're
guys you guys started this in 2011.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Tremendum Pictures.
Tremendum Pictures,
Yes.
meaning awe. Okay,
Yeah, feeling of awe
Awe.
associated with an overwhelming experience.
right on.
And that's what we want our movies to be. That's what this whole process has been for us. That's what any paranormal events usually
Sure
are as
does.
well.
Absolutely.
And-
I mean, the whole idea is you want to scare the crap out of them. And
Oh, yeah.
once and I think you accomplished that. Because in the trailers, you have, these kids that are like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I see that on them. Let's crack it up.
Yeah.
Losers. But
It's so fun.
that's fun. Have you guys actually walked into a theater on a pre-screening and then sat down in the back and then watched?
we've seen the movie
About
probably like 100 times.
100
With-
times.
with
We've
audience,
seen it like
but,
that
but
about
many
maybe
times
6
with an
times.
audience. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Maybe 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
It's
a
so
lot of fun.
fun.
We blend right in, we just
Yeah,
kinda
we just
blend
look like
in.
moviegoers, like kids just going to see the movie. And
And you're like,
Yeah, it's fun to watch them
Right.
watch the movie.
oh,
you
it's
know,
so fun to
it's a lot
watch
of
these
fun.
guys and hear the screams. I mean, there are particular spots in the movie that we love, specifically because the screams get so loud and everyone in the room is doing them. If you're a girl, you're screaming like a girl. If you're a dude, you're screaming like a girl. No joke in those points, and it's
That's
great.
actually my favorite saying for me because I'll scream like a little girl.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It scares me when we get out in these places.
Yeah.
okay. About 4 weeks ago, I'm on Facebook. We're all on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
This Charlie thing started hitting the social media, and I saw it, and I went, "What the hell is this?" It just came out of the blue. And then I heard different stories that, it was a movie in Mexico they're trying to promote, and then I heard that, no, this is actually for real. And I have a 24-hour hotline, paranormal hotline that I've had for over 12 years. I was getting calls on this hotline from people all over the U.S. stating that they
Nice.
did it, and they pulled in something like a Ouija board. And then I would tell them, what the hell are you doing calling it a demon, you fool?
Yeah.
And then I just, all of a sudden it started to mellow out. And then your movie trailer, I started looking at it, and all of a sudden the guy's name is Charlie.
Yeah.
Was it you guys? Was it Warner Brothers? Was it the
Now, let's just say this. So what do you believe is the truth behind where that originated or who started it or what it is?
I don't
what do
know.
you think?
I don't know where it came from.
Well, what do you think? What do you think? I mean,
Well,
I've
but-
read stories about what people
let
say.
me tell you, the people that were calling me, and this is genuine. I had people calling me on my 24-hour hotline, and there were kids.
Yeah.
All right. My wife's a school teacher. They were freaking doing this in the school.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to stop it.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
But okay. I'm
Stop
serious.
messing with Ouijas and
Yeah.
demons in the
I'm
school.
serious.
You got your
all
demons.
the teachers would talk, and our kids were out there with pencils calling in Charlie, and they were going, "What the hell is that?" And then, but no, people were calling me from all over the United States, telling me that the thing moved, and now they have an entity in their house because of this Charlie thing.
Right.
Yeah, and they were scared to
Yeah.
death.
Right.
Yeah, well, they should be. They should be.
we will say this. This is another experience on set that kind of ties to this. Throughout the process of filming this movie, as you know, the villain in our movie, his name is Charlie, and we were the whole thing about not saying his name or his name bringing about doom started because when we filmed our original trailer back in 2011, this was when we were just trying to get money to make the movie.
Right.
We
Yeah.
just did a test run. It was like an experiment.
Right.
Our actors, again, were experiencing a lot of terrifying things, and they all seemed to be originating from saying his name. We would
Correct.
say his name during a take, bad things would happen. We would say his name, bad things would happen.
Really?
And everyone's intensity just went. It was just everyone was on edge. So in one particular take, I pulled our camera guy aside. I said, "Tyler, look."
Oh, well, we had told them
We had told them, just stop saying the name.
Yeah.
Guys, just stop it.
It's getting too crazy.
It's getting a little crazy. Let's just stop.
Let's not say it.
So I told that to the cast. Then, intensity started to die a little bit. But I pulled our camera guy aside and I said, "Tyler, look, I want you in this next take to be very forceful in saying this is Charlie that's doing this. Tell it to everybody and be adamant about it.
After we had all kind of
already
sworn
told
off
him not
saying
to
the
say it.
name.
And he was like, Chris, do I have to?
Do I have to
do
say
I have
it?
to say it? And I was like, yeah, you do. And so the next take, he's the guy. They're creeping around this curtain, and he's like, guys, this is Charlie doing all this. And they all turned to him, and they're like, Tyler.
They were
about to rip him to pieces.
Oh yeah.
But ever since that, filming that trailer, we've been very cautious about saying his name, especially in the Veterans Memorial, in Warner's Theater, and all the locations we've been.
Yeah.
Just because the atmosphere became so much more potent.
Yeah.
And that became sort of the thing with our movie was, don't say his name. It's bad luck. Bad things are going to happen. And that's kind of been sort of the staple of the Gallows ever since we've started filming and throughout the marketing process and everything. And then this Charlie challenge came.
And this was a tremendously fortuitous event.
So you're telling me then you guys had nothing to do with that Charlie challenge?
Well, we're not.
Okay.
We're not telling you we are. We're not telling you we aren't.
That's awesome. That's awesome right there. Okay, let's keep it like that.
Yeah.
People are gonna go. Wait.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You'll never know.
No one will ever know.
Okay. Well, for it to happen like that, if it did happen just on a coincidence, that's like awesome because.
Right.
But if it was part of you guys that started this, that's awesome.
That's awesome too.
I will tell you that opportunities, and this just in general for this movie,
the whole film, yeah,
the whole film, like the stars have literally aligned for us on this. We had this vision. We had our trailer that we made, and our little business plan, and we had a guy who knew that we filmed stuff and knew we were onto something else and wanted to invest, though it was relatively small compared to Hollywood dollars.
Right.
And we showed him the business plan, and then we showed him the trailer. And like the next day, he was like, "I'm like double in what I said, and can I tell my friends?" And he told his friends, and by that afternoon, we were like almost halfway to our budget, and it was insane how quickly that all happened. But we know that he could see our passion, he could see our vision. And then it was that big, and he wanted to just be a part of it. And his friends and these other guys that came on board as investors, they realized like this train is going, because we were set. We were going no matter what.
Right.
Whether the money was there or not, we were going to make it happen. Right. And we just hoped that money came on board as we were going.
Right.
And so we were driving the train, and they just hooked up their cart to it and rode along. And we're tremendously supportive throughout the process and have been very helpful throughout and even after we've done everything, and we're just grateful to them for believing in us and believing in our vision, because we were like, we're gonna go in our plan. We're like, we want to go worldwide. We want to compete with like Paranormal Activity and all these movies, and we had no idea how difficult that was gonna be. We were insane.
How impossible that would
and
be.
Everyone in Hollywood would have said, "You're knuckleheads. Get out of my office."
Yeah. And that's where we're running into the same thing because of what's happening. I mean, come on, guys. This is Fresno, frickin' California.
Yeah. Right.
All right. I mean, I heard, I don't know, you on one of the news reports
radio,
where it said, Fresno is the butt of the frickin' jokes.
Yeah.
You can go to YouTube and there's
Sadly.
there's 5 videos on there that there's clips of
Did they
movies.
say Fresno?
Yeah.
We know who made those.
Yeah, I think we know who made those.
Did
Like,
you know who did
did somebody say Fresno? And it just lists all of the shows that had them. Yeah.
Now, why is that? Why do you think that's the case?
I don't know. I mean, look, it's easy to make fun of, I guess, not being one of the bigger cities, one of the more metropolitan cities.
Right.
But it is. Look, it's the 5th largest city in the state of California. It's got a lot of great stuff. I mean, it really does. And I think, look, it's hot. I get it. The air quality is not
Sacramento's
amazing.
hot.
Yeah.
But it's hot other places, and the air quality is not that good. Smog in LA is just as bad. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but I think most people, they don't really get a chance to drive through Fresno. They kind of drive the 99 and just go past it. But in reality, it's I kind of like that it's a really well-kept secret as to how cool it is here in the valley,
Not no more.
Sometimes we think that's
no more.
Sometimes we think that's planned.
You think so?
That the powers that be kind of planned that and keep everybody on the download, and say Fresno, right?
Right, and I want to tell you why. It's because the reason why we started this. Okay,
right.
There's so much paranormal activity going on in Fresno. It's like are you kidding me? That's the reason why we started this.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got everything from monsters, ghosts, UFOs, Bigfoot, all that stuff here in frickin' Fresno. And then you got the military here. You got UFOs flying over. And it makes me wonder that maybe they're trying to keep people away from Fresno and have been for so many years. That's the reason why they chose Fresno as the butt of the joke. That's what we think.
Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting.
Because obviously, you guys do what you guys do, and we do what we do. You have no idea what we're encountering.
Right.
So you guys are in a really good city to film this type of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
we agree. Yeah, we definitely agree.
It's you got the atmosphere for one thing.
For sure.
Yeah, and look, we're excited about the city coming out like opening weekend and like putting a staple in Fresno, putting a stamp of approval from Fresno on the movie, and having Hollywood and these guys see the numbers. I want them to see the numbers and be like, "Dang, Fresno's got it going on."
Absolutely. Now, when we were on a lot of TV shows on cable show like Monsters and Mysteries, Finding Bigfoot, and so forth. And all the Hollywood started coming down here to film.
Right.
Okay, and they started, getting permits because it's cheap to film here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they want people to come here.
Comparatively, it is.
No, it's it's film friendly.
Yes.
And production friendly, and if you ask the mayor Ashley Swearingen, she would be like, "We love this stuff coming to Fresno. We love it." And the film commissioner Ray Arthur, or I think he's emeritus status now. I think he retired, but just very helpful in finding locations and places to do things. And since filming our movie, other people have expressed interest in doing things in Fresno because, look, to be honest with you. Is anyone really filming movies in Hollywood anymore?
It's too expensive, man.
No, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
And
Canada,
they're going to Canada, or they're going to New Mexico, and they're doing series. New Orleans. They're doing a lot of stuff out there. Now, California did just give a tax break, so a lot of people are starting to maybe utilize that in LA now. But without that kind of help,
right?
They're having to find other places. And you know what? Fresno's been great. Fresno, Clovis, Selma, Madera, all these cool cities around the valley have been awesome.
Wow. Like Fresno didn't really have for a long time. I mean, a long time ago I had a video production in like '84.
Okay.
Right? But there wasn't a people, you know what I mean?
A presence for it.
Yeah, I mean there was just a few of us guys, and there were some older guys that had all the commercial stuff, and then we were just running around doing whatever we could find.
Right.
And I mean, it was cool. I traveled all over the world and stuff. But when you got back in Fresno, now there's a culture kind of like. I mean, there's a bunch of kids, and my nephew, he does concerts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I meet all these guys, and then we have, the guys doing our TV show. There's actually a whole bunch of, like, this culture coming up. And they're doing things. They're doing YouTube videos, and they're making movies, and they're making music videos. And I mean, that wasn't happening here.
Yeah. The technology has really, really helped.
Yeah.
And look, there's a lot of talented people here.
Yes, there is.
There really are. And the thing that's interesting is that there's a lot of people that have the talent that are not out trying to find. They're not out auditioning. They're not out doing these things because they don't think it's here.
No, they're all moving to L.A.
They either move to L.A. and
I have a bunch of friends that moved that way to get found.
Yeah.
My cousin went to a school. It's called FIDIM, F-I-D-I-M, where they teach you how to do set designs and all that.
Right.
And she's down here for the summer, and I told her, they have a film commission here, and da-da-da-da-da, and she goes, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What? And she's freaking out. Are you kidding me? I went to L.A. to do all this, but. Now, you guys, obviously, you guys are busy as hell right now. Okay, you guys. I mean, Warner Brothers is going to put you in front of these cameras, and you guys are going to be promoting the crud out of this.
Yeah, starting tomorrow. All leading up to the 10th, the 9th actually, because the movie actually comes out on the 9th.
Midnight, right?
Yeah. Like there's advanced screenings. I think even at like 7 o'clock and at 10 o'clock. On the Thursday night. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping like everyone will go out then, because then, it's a big deal if a movie does well on the Thursday night before it opens.
Okay.
it could make a headline. You know,
Right.
it would be
Right,
cool to be
yeah.
like, oh hey, the Gallows makes $2 million. Oh, you know, opening before it even opens. You know,
Right.
that's a big deal.
Especially like if you get the news crew out there and the line goes around the building,
Oh, yeah,
and down
yeah,
the block.
yeah.
And you know
We
what?
would be so
you
fortunate.
guys know that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
We
hope
look.
so.
We hope.
No,
Fingers
no,
are crossed.
no, don't give me that crap. You guys know that's going to happen. You're Fresno.
Well, look, the movie is good, and
Right.
Fresno represents.
Hey,
you
something
know?
cool about Fresno too. The new Maya Theater
yeah.
has the Dolby Atmos screen.
Is
And
that
if
where
you-
you're gonna pre?
We're
We're
be
gonna
doing-
we're doing a red carpet
doing a
event
red
there.
carpet
Yeah.
event.
I want to go.
at the Maya Theater, and the Dolby Atmos theaters where you got to see it, because Atmos, if you don't know, it's like the speakers on the ceiling, kind of. It's a more immersive sound experience,
Oh,
and
man.
Dolby
Like 60
offered
channels.
to mix our movie in Atmos.
At no cost.
And not very many movies do this yet. It's still kind of a new technology.
Yeah.
So you can see the Gallows
So
in
the
Dolby
scream
Atmos.
is gonna go right through.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
all over.
So
Oh
you
my
can see it in
God,
Dolby
man.
Atmos at the Maya Theater.
Yeah, it's
and
cool.
and
It's gonna be cool.
It's going to be great. And also, if someone wants to just go into the lobby and check it out right now, today, this morning, was built. The Gallows was
No.
built.
Oh man,
It's
I'm
in
gonna
the
go
lobby.
check it
It-
out.
Dude,
it's
I
in the
love it.
it's in
Yeah.
the lobby right now, and it's great. So
You know, I can easily hear if that's going to be the case there. Cleanup on aisle 4.
yeah, oh yeah.
Because of the screens and
Yeah.
stuff, you're going
Oh,
to
yeah.
literally scare the. Oh, that's awesome. Man.
Bring your Depends diapers. Clean up on aisle.
ready.
on
That's
row
exactly
4.
what's going to happen.
Change of pants.
Man, okay.
Just
now-
wear them in. Man.
Yeah,
So
just wear 'em
it's
in.
going to open here on the 10th, midnight on the 9th. Where, I mean, obviously it's worldwide. So from here, what dates are there? Like, for example, in the UK?
Oh man, so it's going to be on our website, thegallowsmovie.com. It has a worldwide release schedule.
Okay.
So it'll open up in probably 17 countries on the 10th.
Okay.
With advanced screenings or the advanced showings on the 9th. That's like, oh shoot, I don't even remember all of them. And then UK is going to be the following week. And then it's going to be, I mean, look, there's over 62 countries.
We have fans from all over
Yeah.
the world.
Over
so they're-
62 countries. I mean, we're
Dude.
talking Slovakia, Slovenia,
all I can say-
Europe,
So
Asia.
you have
just-
your what do they call it? Your passport all like.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
look,
working on
we,
it.
we started filling that
Working
stuff out.
on
We're
it.
submitting it. I mean, not that we're going to go to most of these places, but shoot, I mean,
Heck
it'd
yeah.
be
Why not?
fun to. So,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
Hey
We'll
man,
see.
sometimes it might be the only time you ever get to.
I know. We're really trying to enjoy this and just it's great.
Soak it in.
I could see you guys as soon as this is done, and I mean, you know, like maybe a month or 2 months afterwards, you guys are going to probably
Do another
do
thing.
another
Yeah.
something.
If
else.
you're
Guys,
not
what do
already
you guys
planning
have
it,
lined
yeah.
up, if anything?
We have a television series that we're working on. We have another movie that's a different genre.
And this is kind of cool. Not a movie, but we're planning on doing a Gallows live experience
at the Veterans
at the
Memorial,
Veterans Memorial
Auditorium
So-
this October.
So this Halloween, fans of the film or just fans of horror or Halloween, scary things in general, will be able to come to the location. We actually filmed the movie and experience a haunted, attraction, a live experience at the Veterans Memorial.
yeah, with a
It's-
lot of the props from the movie
the
and
works,
things like
yeah.
that.
Dude, maybe we can work with each other and actually go live
Yeah,
worldwide.
That would be cool.
Seriously.
Yeah, we're in the works. We're in the talks, trying to make this thing happen. There's always hurdles sometimes to jump over,
Sure.
but
Especially
man,
like
what
that place.
what an
Yeah.
opportunity!
I mean, it's said to be the #1 most haunted place in Fresno.
Yeah,
So
now
we've
that
heard.
now that
So
the
we've
Wolf
heard.
Manor's gone, and you know what? We actually talked to Todd Wolf about helping us out, so maybe we'll get the best of a couple of worlds in
Yeah,
this
we'll
one
see.
experience. So
Wow. Well, I mean, obviously it's not there anymore.
right,
Yeah.
right, but he
Right.
still has a lot of those
Is it-
the furniture and
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
there's he has like pictures of them with the apparition on the
Yeah.
couch, sitting there, and like the chairs and these things. He's got a lot of that stuff, and I mean, I don't know. I don't want to necessarily mess with that stuff, but
Right.
hey, maybe that'll be great to have in this attraction.
Absolutely. Wow.
So-
you guys are really rocking it. That's awesome. Well, I mean, congratulations.
Thank
guys.
you.
This
Thank you.
This is hard work. This is what hard work pays. I mean, we know what you. I don't want to say we know exactly, but it doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
It doesn't happen in 5 years, and sometimes it doesn't happen in 10 years.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, man.
Yeah.
But when it does happen,
It's like magic.
It's great.
It's
it
awesome.
feels like a tremendum. It feels
Yeah.
it feels it's overwhelmingly awesome.
It is. It is. Well, I just want to say thank you guys
No problem.
for coming
thank
in.
you.
Thank you.
You guys,
Yeah,
I
it's been good to be here.
congratulate you guys. I mean, big time. This is big.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And I'm going to say it again. This is huge. This is really huge for you guys and for Fresno. So
Yeah, and
July
and
10th.
July 10th, come on out and see the Gallows, guys. Represent for indie filmmakers done right. Indie filmmakers gone big, and right here in the valley.
So
know?
you guys are going to be at the red carpet at the Mayan
at the Maya Theater
Thursday night.
Tuesday the 30th.
Oh, Tuesday the 30th.
Next Tuesday.
Okay.
And
Dang, the 30th.
right.
Guess what day that is?
Yeah, we're going to be gone.
Yeah.
You'll be out of town.
Yeah.
I was gonna get your email so we could
But
send you
the
invites.
9th and 10th, we're going to be doing a bunch of
We will be back in
appearances
Fresno.
at Edwards and Maya and at other theaters.
Yeah.
doing
I
Q&As
wonder
and
if we could
readings.
like reschedule what we got to a different day.
Yeah.
See what you can do.
We actually recorded them.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay, we'll work something out, dude. 'Cause
Awesome.
we want to work with you guys, and I think it's going to be fun. So, all right.
Cool.
Thank you guys, Travis and Chris, for coming in. We're going to continue on with the show, and we'll be right back.